Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Wilhelm Scream, and welcome back to the channel for some more Destiny 2 news and intel. And in today's video, we are once again going to be diving into the Vespers host dungeon for some more glitches. And though you might have seen some of the clips we're going to be showing in today's video in the previous content on my channel, we keep adding to them, and now we actually have a full solo flawless glitch that will allow you to skip multiple encounters. Also, if you're just trying to farm out the new grenade launcher, which I hear is the DPS meta at the moment, we have a very easy out-of-bounds skip glitch that will allow you to farm that without actually having to complete a full encounter. Also, to be done completely solo. So if any of these things interest you, we also have a free secret chest that you can get. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and turn on the bell to post notifications so you never miss out on any future Destiny 2 content like this. Alright, so let's first get into it. Now, the first skip that you're going to need is an out-of-bounds that will allow you to bypass to the very first checkpoint. Some people think that that might be necessary, some maybe not. If you're just willing to get to the very first checkpoint, that is the first encounter where you'll fight a boss, just do it normally. It's not really going to matter, as the major glitch that we're going to be covering in today's video really pertains to that encounter itself. So if you want to know how to skip to the first encounter out of bounds, you can watch one of my previous videos or stick around till the very end of this video to see that clip again. But the thing that we're really going to be showing is how to actually skip that encounter completely, or just farm it out solo if you're just trying to, like I said, get the new grenade launcher. So the trick is, once you've gotten to the first encounter where you'll fight the first boss, you're going to want to start the encounter and then follow this path out of bounds that you see on the screen. A couple of things to note: stasis of some kind is going to be necessary if you plan on doing this on anything other than a Titan, and even if you're on a Titan, you're going to need the stasis subclass equipped. So either have a stasis grenade equipped through Prismatic, or have the Salvation's Grasp equipped if you have that exotic, but some way where you can create at least one stasis shard or crystal. Now once you get to this spot, which if you follow the path correctly should be fairly self-evident, you might have also seen it on my previous video, you can create a stasis shard on the ground right near that ledge, jump up on top of the stasis shard, crouch, and you'll be able to walk through that tunnel and then drop back down into the map into the next encounter. Now the interesting thing about this, and I have a few shout outs that I want to give. First off, shout out to Tipsy for actually showing me this glitch, and then also a shout out to official 88 Envy for showing me the previous glitch that allowed me to get to this point. But I just want to show you the path one more time. Again, start the encounter and then make your way out of the map while the encounter is starting. This does something very interesting, because in every encounter in this particular dungeon, you have to deposit the bombs. Now you can also do a bomb duplication glitch on all the bombs, though they're not really necessary once you get past the first boss or first encounter. But in the second encounter, you also have to do the same thing. And though there is sort of a boss in that encounter, it's not one that you actually have to fight. So you're really just making your way around the map and depositing these bombs. The interesting thing about that is, one, that encounter is much easier, but also, because you have to deposit 3 bombs in the first encounter, when you deposit 3 bombs in the second encounter, after having skipped it, it counts for the first encounter, because the game still believes you're in the first encounter. So once you deposit 3 bombs, the first encounter, which is the boss fight, will auto-complete. You then just have to make your way back to the first encounter, and you'll be able to actually loot that chest. Now, as you can see here, this is actually going to be me once I've gotten into the second encounter area, completing the first 3 bombs, and then you can see the first encounter complete. So this would be a very easy farm if you were just trying to go for some of the loot. You can get the new grenade launcher from that first encounter, A lot of people are just duping the bombs on those 3 first bomb deposit areas and getting an easy completion of this, but I think for a solo player, this is actually even easier because you don't have to actually do any sort of boss fight whatsoever. You just have to get the bombs from the second encounter, deposit 3 of them. You don't have to deposit all 5. Once you deposit 3, it will auto-complete the first boss fight or first encounter, and then you just have to make your way back, which the door will be open at that point. It's a very easy run, and loot the chest. And you can do this over and over and over again. You just have to reset, and you can essentially do it again. If you don't complete this encounter, you will respawn back at the first encounter's load-in spot, so you can still hit the flag. So even if you fail at this point, it's fairly easy to restart. But then, if you wanted to just farm over and over again, you would simply just reset the dungeon, and you could do the skip glitch to the first encounter, or simply make your way to that first boss encounter, hit the flag, start the encounter, and then make your way outside the map again and repeat the process. The other thing about this is it allows you to skip 2 encounters, or at least the first encounter and sort of the first half of the dungeon, which really isn't an encounter itself, but you could still die there, especially if you were trying to do this on Master or a flawless run. You don't want to run the risk. So just having the first glitch, which allows you to bypass everything up to that first encounter, which again I will link in the top right corner of this video, or I will show you at the very end. But then you can also bypass the second, and then once it's auto-completed, you can continue forward, and you will still be able to have the dungeon load in. There was an issue where once you got to the third encounter, the encounter wouldn't actually start. But that's because we weren't actually completing the second one and getting to that point. But when the second one completes, the third one does become available fully. So you can continue forward and actually complete the dungeon. So this will become in very handy, I think, for anybody trying to do a solo run or a flawless run or a solo flawless run on normal or master difficulty. The other great thing that I wanted to cover is you can actually also make your way to the secret chests this way. Once you get into the second encounter, glitched your way in, you can glitch out of the map, and even if you haven't been able to access the secret chest, you can still do this on at least one run on all 3 characters every week. And I think the great thing is because now you can actually get through that spot where you required at least a Stasis Titan previously, you can now just use a Stasis Shard and do this on all 3 classes. So you can get a secret chest on all 3 classes once every week by doing this glitch. Again, I kind of talked about this in a previous video, but I didn't have a video for it exactly. I just had some images. But now you can actually see how you would do it. And then you can actually make your way back inside the map. So glitch through the first encounter into the second encounter, complete it, get the loot for the first encounter, get yourself a secret chest, and then hopefully you can continue forward and possibly get yourself a solo flawless run. And that is going to be it for all the information in today's video. The last thing I want to leave you with is just a brief clip of how you can actually skip out of bounds to the very first encounter if you are trying to go for a solo flawless run. Again, one more shot of how you can get the loot. I was using Heat Rising for the secret chest just to allow myself to stay up near the ceiling, as there is a kill barrier underneath you, which will then teleport you back to the beginning of the first encounter. That's the one where you fight the Brig, of course, if you didn't know exactly where the first encounter was. But now here is actually how you can glitch to the first encounter out of bounds. And again, you might have seen this on a previous video I posted, but this was actually on master difficulty. All the clips you're seeing in today's video are on master difficulty. That is available. I figured doing it on the hardest difficulty would show at least how or the full utility of all of these glitches, as I really think this is going to be the go-tos for either speed runs or speed farming or solo flawless runs, or just solo runs in general. Hopefully you found something in this video helpful. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. As I said before, you can also follow me on Instagram. It'll be linked in the description box down below. Remember to turn on the post notifications so you never miss out on any future Destiny 2 content like this. Remember, any of those things I just mentioned also enter you into any future giveaways on this channel. And we do one every 1,000 subscribers, so you never want to miss out. And when and if we reach 100,000 subscribers on the channel, we'll be giving away an Xbox Series or a new PlayStation. I can't remember what they're up to now. I think it's PlayStation 5. Or a video card if you play on PC. Enjoy this last clip, and thanks so much for watching as always. Once again, I'm Wilhelm Scream, and of course, we will see you next time.